going to go ahead and do something super duper special here. You can see we have some Halloween action in the background. And I've been skipping meals and working overtime and, you know, making some, what are those things called? Sacrifices for you guys, so that I can scratch up some gold, because it's important that I get the videos out sooner than later. So you get to watch me flush my bank account down the toilet, all for you. Before we jump onto that, and some of you guys probably, you know, most of you probably know what's going on, but some of you may not know what's going on. I like to just clear those things out because I just like to see what's going on. And anyways, but there is the monster tanks, new thing for selling. New marketing strategy they have here. These are the I want to say older tanks. These are the tanks that are pre-existing, that have been out for, you know, during the usual cycles that flip through. And now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Monster Mega. Monster Mega. Catch the Monster Mega pack featuring too fast. So anyways, they basically have these 4 tanks that are being offered. One of the challenges I find is that the only way to get the KV5 in this version of it is to purchase the largest package. So they kind of have you by the short hairs, but it is what it is. They're not twisting your arm, they're not forcing you, and it is a free capitalist, you know, free market. So, you know, it's your deal, what you do with that. Furthermore, you can take not the KV5, but the other tanks. You can, you know, play the ops, and you have to choose only one though. They only give you one for free. If you earn it. And then, of course, as time goes on, they offer it with the decreased value cost, as they give you less and less with the package itself. Kind of a standard thing that we've become used to with Wargaming's marketing strategy here. So you do have the KV5, which is flying by us, as you see. Then you have Revenant's Crafts Panther, which is the Panther from the comic book that's coming out, or that has come out. The Japanese Tier 6, the Kaiju, which the Kaiju means like a strange beast, monster thing. And then you have the Lykan, which is the T71 light tank. And that would round out the four tanks. So there are many... wow, we've got our work cut out for us. There's a lot of ops that we have to finish in each of these tanks by purchasing it. But anyways, want to go ahead and... oh my god, I'm just going to vomit. Look at that. That is ridiculous. I'm telling you right now, it's ridiculous. If I wasn't a YouTuber, I wouldn't be doing this. I'm just telling you. Well, unless I had like money to burn, I guess. But I don't have money to burn. So I like put in 2 extra hours at work today alone just to attempt to put a dent in this issue. But that's my problem, not yours. Moving on. Here we go. Tick tock, tick tock. I think it's a handsome tank though, the Panther. We're gonna go over all these here. I'm going to break it into 2 phases. One, the looky-loo first look. And then in a future video, after this particular segment, we'll go ahead and take a look at the actual gameplay. Improvised, enhanced. So that's nice. I got some toys that come with it, and shells, and more equipment. And a new tank, and shells, and equipment. And a tank, and shells, and equipment. 30 days of premium. And 4 garage slots, which I absolutely did not need, but that's okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 ops, and then times 3 experience boosts, and that's it. Boom. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I'm a little. It's that buyer's remorse thing. It's like, holy crap, did I just do that? Let's go ahead and bring in these tanks. What would be the best way to filter it in? I would assume it would be by premium. And I guess we can bring him in by country first, right? So it's a Russian KV5, the Lykan, the German, and the Japanese. That didn't do it. Maybe we need now to bring it in by tier. What were they? 2 tier 7s, right? Here, let's put them in the favorites zone. Boom. And then let's see here. We've got, where is he? Oh, this guy here. Boom. So there's the tier 7 Panther, and the light tank, and then we have the tier 6 for the Japanese line, and then of course we're going to have the tier 8 for the Japanese for the Russian line here. So we'll get there in a second. It'll be a little easier if we take him off and him off, and I'm going to remove that favorite. Ridiculous. 297 tanks. Man, I'm putting somebody's kids through college, aren't I? And then the Japanese, I think, are towards the end. And there you go. So there you go. What's the best way to look at this now? Why don't we clear it and bring it back? And hopefully we're going to have... oh, man. Oh, favorites. Dummy. Boom. And who else is... Oh, Centennial. Get out of here. Okay, so there you go. Not a big fan of the discoloration in the garage with this mood lighting for Halloween, but it is what it is. It's happened when it happened. So here we are. This is a very, very first look at it. I'm not going to go super deep into comparing stats. I will touch on a few things that I've looked up that I thought might point out very quickly. But if it goes too fast, no harm, no foul. We will be revisiting it. So here is the T71. I mean, it's a T71. There it is. It just has a different paint job. Well, there's more to it than that, but yeah, so here's a different paint job, and taking a quick look here, we can see that the package is the 76 millimeter, and I want to say, well, I should bring in the, yeah, we'll do a side-by-side. Why not? Why not? You know what? You guys are worth it. You guys are worth it. Stand by. Stand by. Let's see here. Light tank, American, tier 7. There it is. So, taking a look first at the Lykan and the, well, T71, you can see they're both seeing the same tiers. There's no special matchmaking. Looking at the right-hand side, of course, there's the crew that changes, but as far as the details of the vehicle itself, the tank itself, they're all exactly the same. That's interesting. Look at that. Now I'm going to go ahead and go into the packages here, which is a big whopping 2. And you can see here the top package is the T185, the 76 millimeter gun. And, you know, there you go. 11.25, 175, 150. Go ahead and memorize that. Good luck. They really need to have a side-by-side system. But you can see here, for all intents and purposes, it's pretty much the same. I honestly, at first glance, I don't see any difference in these two tanks. However, there is a silver bonus and experience bonus, and no, I'm not going to list all that out now because I'm not really doing a review. We're just doing a first look, and it is what it is. Kind of interesting to look at what they thought was a good idea for the Lykan versus what I thought was a good idea for the T71. And I'm not saying I'm right because I am not the expert light tanker, but isn't it interesting that they offered these three choices? And I'm more of a passive intel gatherer, and these guys here is that's a fighter setup right there. That is a fighter setup. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next tank on the agenda. I'm kind of excited to look at it. And, well, I guess if you clear it, it's a little simpler. And I thought this was kind of interesting. I actually did take a little bit of time to look at the specs on the Tier 7 medium tanks here, the Crafts Panther, and this guy here. And let me just go ahead and bring in this filter here so it's like a total side-by-side. Backing up there. What? Is that an MOE? Anyway, so this guy's fully upgraded. You can see he has a 10-foot long barrel. And if we jump over here, I think it's a very handsome tank. I'm not a big fan of the skull and crossbones, but I mean, it did come from a comic book, so whatever. But just the texture alone, I mean, it's pretty rad looking. I mean, this is pretty dope. I like that. I don't know if I'd be having plants shoved into my air intakes, but you know, or you know, but whatever. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And now look at the data here on the right hand side, and you can see that in this particular tank, survivability changes by 2 by going from the fully upgraded non-premium to the premium. And I'll explain that in a moment. And then the mobility changes for the better. So survivability drops 2 points, whereas mobility drops by only 1 point. Concealment increases by 1 for the Panther, the Crafts Panther rather. And the last thing here is spotting, which is you lose a lot of visual ability there. So you're not your typical Panther, which is the standoff and see things and snipe. You're going to have to figure out what your happy medium is there. But, you know, we've done things like that with the Panther 88 and that sort of thing. So it is doable. Now, one of the interesting things with this tank is notice the guy. Oofs, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Carl Kraft. That's the character from the comic book. And notice he comes with a new skill. And literally a new skill. Again, I'm not a big fan of this. I mean, I'll take it. It's there. I'm not going to give it back or delete it. But I'm not a fan of the only way you can get this skill is if you purchase their product. I don't think that's cool. And this is a skill called supply conservation. Rationing techniques give your commander a chance to preserve a consumable item that when it is used during battle. I don't know what that means. A chance. So maybe the RNG, like repair, and then there's a random flip of the coin, and you may or may not have lost that consumable. That's how I read it. All right, so there is that little thing there. And so the only thing that's a difference between the two is the engine speed and the weight / horsepower. So the power to weight ratio changes. And so I think the craft has a better acceleration. Don't quote me on it. But you do see that mobility decreases by 1 point. So I don't know if that means in hull traverse. I don't have no idea. Meanwhile, you have the turret, the stock turret on this thing. But what's really cool, though, is you have the actual Top Gun. Cool. I'll take the Top Gun. So there you go. And this Top Gun, by the way, happens to be the very familiar 7.5 L100. So not too shabby. And remember, all premiums, you can drop crews in and you can get the experience and silver bonus. So that's pretty cool. Oh, one thing I didn't check on the Lykan, which I should check right now, is how does this work? Camouflage is totally unavailable. Oh, you can put your emblem on. Sweet. Oh, it's in the back. Weak. I'd prefer to have it on the turret. Should have knocked that out right there. I'll tell you what, though. This... you don't hear me get fanboy on overtanks too much. I mean, I like them all, but I really like the paint job on this thing, man. It's not no offense, artist guys. It's not the motherland. This thing looks pretty cool. It looks very realistic, except for the comic book skull and crossbones. But I guess there could have been an artist guy on the crew that was just messing around, right? But that looks pretty real, pretty cool. I like it. I like it. And notice my setup here: Binox, Gunrammer, and Vents, and they've got. Interesting. They've got vent. Yeah, there. See, I don't know. I don't have a problem with the GLD myself because the time I reload, I'm good to go on the GLD. But whatever, we'll have the discussion at another time. And oh, hello there. Hi, how are you? So let's go ahead and bring back the Lykan because I really want to take a quick look at, and I forgot to check the customizability. And, well, I guess he really can't be painted, but whatever. I guess it's saving some money. The good news is, when they have a default paint job, you're getting the bonus of the paint job without having to pay for it. The drawback, of course, is that you don't get to choose your custom, making it yours, But that's fine. Can't have everything in life. All right, so now... he is now at least individualized as much as I can. I love it. That's the shoot me right here, baby. Bam! It looks good on that black background, too. Dope. All right, so now... this is going to be a kicker. Oh, man. Watch this. Watch this. Oh, and bring in the premium, dummy. And then bring in Mr. 8, and then... this, and then why do I have the American in there? Come on, dude. Boom. All right, so check this out. So well, first of all, just take a look at it. I mean, it's cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's cool. It's neat. It's a collector's piece. I literally got this just because I record for you guys. And if it wasn't for me YouTubing, I really would not have gotten this. Let me tell you why. It's too bloody expensive. Gosh, I don't have the data in front of me, but I remember looking at it. I want to say it's like 2,000 gold, valued at 2,000 gold more than the regular KV5. And the really hilarious thing in my mind is look at the stats. Okay, first of all, it's a KV5, so boy, I'm gonna get so incredibly excited over. Look at this, watch. Thank goodness I have this KV5 because it has a concealment of 10 instead of 9. Well, no, I mean, come on. Who cares, right? And then if you look at the data, well, I guess that's like really deep data. I can't flip back and forth, and I hate that. But take my word for it, they are identical. There's nothing that it does different than the KV5. It's literally a reskin, except for the part with the concealment. I honestly have no idea what that is, unless the concealment is not taking into account that I have it painted, whereas this guy permanently takes it into account that it's painted. I have no idea. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and grab. Oh, you can't paint them. And now over here, and I'm trying to see if that's a Chinese or a Japanese dragon. Doesn't matter. And moving on. Oh, by the way, you can't see the I don't know, pop quiz guys. Does anybody out there know the difference between a Chinese dragon and a Japanese dragon? Hint: you could not tell from that picture. And I'll give you another hint. It's in the feet. It's in the feet. Well, there's other aspects from an artist standpoint, but like if you want a real quick filter, you look at their feet. That's something for you to do homework on. Enjoy. So, because the number of toes has significance in different cultures, but that's another story for another time. All right. So, last but not least, been really excited. I mean, I was excited about this one because, yay, it's rare and I have it. Okay, goody. But he doesn't do anything different, so I wasn't that excited. The Lykan I was actually pretty excited about because it's kind of cool to have a premium that you can dip in and out of and then kind of train myself. Forget cruise. I can train myself and at least have some offset with the premium tank stats of, silver and experience. And then the German Panther, that was going to be really cool too. I just love the way it looks and whatnot. But this one, I don't know, could change my mind. Could very well change my mind. I think it's a heavy. I'm so dumb. Tired and dumb. Tired equals dumb for me. And there you go. This tank right here, I was very excited about because it's so darn different. Now, first of all, this whole like vandalism on the side with the dripping spray paint. Japanese people don't do that. Well, not, I mean, I guess some people do, but typically like, hey, I'm going to paint my tank. They're not going to do it sloppy. They're like OCD. I'm talking stereotypically, and I can do that because I'm half OCD. So, but anyways, it's cool. It's cool. You know, the paint thing's neat, but I don't like it. As far as the tank itself, though, I think it's really because it's so dang bizarre and it's so dang massive. I wish we had something to scale so you can kind of like figure it out, but it's big. I mean, look at the commander's hatch. Imagine a dude sitting in there, right? Look, commander's hatches are pretty typical. I mean, look at that. That is ridiculous. Ridiculous. And look at the lack of sloping. Ouch. Ouch. Man, that's crazy. Firepower 32, 52, 7, 2. Concealment is 2. Isn't that hilarious? Looks like I can spot pretty well. That's pretty cool. And then they got my cousin in there as a crew member. That's weird. So, I'm just curious. This is like the one guy I'm really curious to look at. Wow. Bizarre. Now, you know what? If you guys can tell me a better way to read this, let me know. But me personally, I don't like this this armor inspector. It's not really an armor inspector. It's like a fake armor inspector. You can't do angles. You can't do anything. Why is it dark green on the left and light on the other side? I mean, what does that even mean? What does the white stand for? And yellow and green? And I'm not happy about that. But enough of that. Look at this. 12-second reload. 3.2 second aim time, 0.43 accuracy. Man, that's kind of Russian-esque as far as the gun's concerned, in my opinion. What kind of power what does this thing do, though? It's 320. Now, you have to understand an average IS-3 in Tier 8, IS-3, right? 390. And this is a Tier 6. Bam. That is pretty insane. Penetration, 143. Looking forward to seeing how this thing plays out. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the cosmetics here. And look at the amount of shells. Really? Are you going to get an opportunity to use all those at 12-second reload? I don't know. That's crazy. All right, so you can't paint this guy. Okay, whatever. But I can put on my emblem, and thank goodness I can. Makes it kind of cool. I think Brazil is like the only tank I wasn't able to make my own, to truly make my own. Alright, so there you go. And abracadabra. So there it is. I mean, look at the emblem size. This tank is so big, the emblem looks like a little dot. That is really cool. Really cool. Alright, well, So that's that. I'm gonna have to switch my crews out of here because I don't like having you know. Anyways, yeah, you don't keep crews in a premium tank. You don't do that. The only one that I'm gonna do that with, and not keep him, but keep him, but not keep him permanently in a tank, is the one that has a special skill. All right, guys. So there you go. 4 new tanks. I just coughed up $5 million. What was that? 34,000 gold. It makes me want to vomit through an eye duct. And hope you appreciate and enjoy the first peek. There's 20 minutes. Well, that's like 5 minutes per tank, right? So there you go. Next vids out will be gameplay. I look forward to sharing that with you. I'll catch you guys later.